Hey, how's it going? I have two detectors here, Tesoro Vaquero and a Tesoro Cibola. And what I want to do is do a little test for depth and separation and compare these two if somebody is interested in it. I know some people think the Cibola is just as deep as a Vaquero and stuff like that. Well, you can basically run them in stock settings or super tune. But one thing the Vaquero has over the Cibola is a ground balance, manual control ground balance, and that's what makes it shine. So I'm going to cut to the chase here and put both of these through a depth test in my test bed, where I have coins that have been sitting under the ground for a while now. And I'll describe off, how deep it is and stuff like that. So it'll be a pretty good head-to-head test on these two. The soil's mild, so it's not real mineralized or hot or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now to set the Cibola up, pretty much turn on and go. I'm going to crank the settings all the way up, the sensitivity, and back it off just a tiny bit, as you see there. I got the other metal detector sitting there, so it's picking that up. Now I'm going to turn discrimination all the way up on both of these, and threshold, I'll start out at a low hum. And now the same with the Vaquero, and turn the sensitivity all the way up, and threshold will be a low hum. And initially we're going to ground balance this to neutral if it ain't already, which it is ground balance. So let's get started. Here's the Cibola on a 4-inch quarter. I got the high tone mod on this Vaquero. Picks it up. The 7-inch quarter, you can see, is really nothing. The Vaquero, it's actually picking that up, a 7-inch quarter now. Now is where, say we're going to go to try to super tune this Cibola. Thing's running stable with max sensitivity. Sometimes you can't run it max, but it's doing it today anyways. So it is picking it up, but barely. Now the Vaquero, we're going to super tune. Oops, that's not how you super tune. That was the ground balance. Alright, we're going to super tune, turn the threshold all the way up. Sensitivity's all the way up. It's chattering. I'm going to have to back it down a little bit. Alright, so now we're under super tune. Which makes it a little more chattery, but it's hitting that 7-inch quarter pretty good. The Cibola. As you can see, it's hitting it. We're going to move down to a 10-inch quarter. Nothing. The Vaquero, nothing. Now this is where the Vaquero shines. Negative ground balance, 1/4 turn. And it's starting to rain, so I have to stop the video for a minute. But that's a 10-inch quarter where the Vaquero, or I'm sorry, the Cibola will not hit it even on a super tune. The Vaquero both ways. We're going to move down to the 11-inch silver dollar. Nothing. In a 15-inch deep brass candle holder. Not even going to try it with it. Now here's a 12-inch quarter. The Cibola. It's not hitting it. Vaquero. Nails it. 11-inch dime. Beautiful. Little choppy, but it's doing it. Now, real quick we're going to try some separation here. This is a dime and a penny at 4 inches with 7 nails around them. Now if I turn discrimination down a little, it's a very, very hard test. It is touching that dime. The penny's in there somewhere. Now the Vaquero, negative ground balance and super tuned. Got discrimination all the way up yet. Dime. And penny. Turn that discrimination down some. So the negative ground balance isn't really hurting for pulling in nails and stuff. Now here's a penny, a nickel, and a dime, 2 inches apart, and I think 4 inches deep. I got it separating out that nickel. Let's turn it down below nickel. Recovery on this is a little slow. Vaquero, turn it down below the nickel. If you're looking there, recovery on the Cibola is a little faster than the Vaquero. Notice how it's missing that nickel in the middle. If I like slow way down. Now if I were to take ground balance and put it back to about normal, doesn't really make much difference. So the Cibola actually recovery is a little faster than the Vaquero, which I didn't know. But as far as depth, back to that 10-inch dime, Cibola super tuned. It's not touching it. Vaquero, easy. 7-inch quarter. Doing it. The Vaquero, I'm holding the coil probably 5 inches off that 7-inch dime. So that negative ground balance on this thing, on the Vaquero, versus the Cibola, which has a preset ground balance, really makes a heck of a difference for depth. So if somebody was interested in that, when you're looking for a very deep machine, I'd have to say the Vaquero's blowing a Cibola away. But you have to play with it more, and you have to understand about ground balance. But there you go. Pretty neat, huh?